Hello and welcome to Create the Flow. I'm Monica Freeman, host and founder of Monica Freeman Studios and Unewell. I am here to guide you in aligning with your soul's purpose, trusting your inner voice, and building a life that you truly love. You were born with a purpose, and your intuition already knows the way. Hello, and welcome to today's episode, which is all about why you constantly feel anxious or on edge. This topic I feel so compassionate about because if you know my personal journey with anxiety, it was a challenging one. I had my first panic attack at 28, and they were inconsistent for a period of time. Later in life, I got debilitating anxiety, the type of anxiety where it took down my entire business, and I realized how dysregulated my nervous system was and how even when I should have been celebrating the milestones and the accolades and all of the achievements in my life, I was operating from fear. And there was a point in time where the anxiety got so bad, I couldn't leave my house. And this wasn't for days or weeks, this was months. I basically lived in a bathtub, and I tried everything that every person has mentioned, from the seasonal affect disorder lamps to meditations to yoga to all the things, you name it, I tried it. And yes, they helped. But what truly helped me relieve myself of anxiety for good was understanding the root cause of my anxiety. So today I want to explain to you why you are constantly anxious and on edge and how you can mitigate that. So the first thing I want you to realize is you're not alone. What's happening is your nervous system does not feel safe. And because it does not feel safe, you are operating from fight or flight. You could also be operating from freeze mode. And in order for you to make your nervous system feel safe, we have to first do breath work. Take the pause and try to stop the thoughts that you are having. Go internally and just breathe. And right now, if you're having anxiety, you may have shallow breaths, and that is okay. Right now, what we do consciously have control over is our breath. So I want you to just breathe in and breathe out. And a really good exercise to help you focus on your breathing is just to count. Breathe in for 4, hold for 2, breathe out for 6. And do that repeatedly. And if that's too challenging for you, breathe in for 4, hold for 2, breathe out for 4. The reason why we want to focus on the inhale for 4 and the exhale for 4 is because if you are focused on your breathing, and you are able to regulate yourself and ground yourself in this present moment to feel safe in this moment right now, then we can work on the next few steps to get you through anxiety. But the first thing is controlling your breath. So if you can just count those breaths to get yourself out of the thought loop that you might be in, then we can start to work through what's really happening internally. And a lot of times our nervous system doesn't feel safe because it is hypervigilant. It is constantly scanning the environment looking for threats. And that is because it is going off of programming that you have stored subconsciously deep inside of you your entire life. So all of the decisions that you have made in your life were stored. And all of the outcomes, everything that's happened has been stored. All of the emotions, all of the memories, all of the experiences, everything is in this internal hard drive inside of you. And as long as your body has been in survival mode or in fight mode or flight mode or freeze mode. That is the program that it knows. It's not your fault. This is conditioning. We just have to decondition. And I have lots of videos online about this. I have a program called Uneural Reset. It works you through every single thing to get to the core wound, to help you break free from anxiety for good, to live a life of peace, and to start to attract abundance to you. It is honestly the thing that changed my life. And the reason why we have to get to the core wound is because if we don't heal the core wound that is deeply stored within you, this anxiety can present itself because every time something feels like a threat to your nervous system, it's going to respond with the pattern that it knows. And right now, it either knows to go to fight mode, to flight mode, or to freeze mode. And we want it to go to peace, calm, nothing is survival mode, everything is in abundance. We are not lacking. We don't have to overperform. We don't have to do anything but breathe. So, again, the very first thing is grounding your nervous system so that you can feel safe in this moment. And I find just sitting in silence and counting my breaths is the best way to ground myself. The next thing that is causing your anxiety is unprocessed or unresolved emotions. We've stored every emotion in our body that we have ever experienced. Imagine how many emotions you experience in a day. Now multiply that over the course of your lifetime. There are probably quite a few emotions that you don't even know that you didn't process. It could have been something that a little kid said to you on the playground when you were 8 years old that manifested throughout the rest of your life, and you've been living with this. They could have made fun of your shirt, made fun of your hair, made fun of your shoes. They could have said something mean to you. They could have thrown rocks at you. They could have pushed you down. It didn't have to be a kid at the playground necessarily. It could have been the way your teacher spoke to you, your mother spoke to you. Maybe you liked somebody and it was unrequited love. Maybe something happened at work when you were a little bit older. Maybe you didn't get a promotion that you worked hard for and you made that mean something about you. We collect emotions all day long and we store them and we think that we are moving through them because we forget about them. But what happens when we store emotions is the longer that we suppress these emotions and we neglect them and we don't actually allow them to release from the body, they store internally. They get stuck in this fascia and this connective tissue in our body. And if we don't find a way to move through them, whether that is through somatic practices, whether that is shaking, jumping around, let's dance, doing yoga, no matter what that is, if you don't release it, if you don't have a good cry, if you don't allow yourself to let go of that emotion, it will store internally. And every time that's triggered, it's going to cause something within you, a fear. It could also create chronic pain. You can have, unfortunately, diseases manifest from this. There are so many toxic things that happen internally in the body when we don't allow these emotions to come out. And a lot of people were taught at a very young age that it's not okay to feel what you're feeling. And unfortunately, maybe that was the conditioning of their caregiver or their teacher or their mentor or their coach or whomever shared that terrible, terrible belief with them. But that is actually not good for your body. So if you want to get rid of anxiety once and for all, you have to get to the core of the emotion that you are experiencing. So when you are having anxiety, allow yourself to feel the emotion you're feeling. Typically, anxiety presents itself in a situation that causes us to feel threatened. But in some cases, and I've experienced this, it just happens in what seems to be like nowhere, just out of the blue, we just get anxious. And when that happens, that can be a series of things. That overstimulation is really bad for the body because what happens is not only have we now not done number 2, released that emotion, but now we've almost masked it and overstimulated ourselves. So when we move into step number 3, which is that overstimulation or not listening to the body. What happens is we cloud our minds. We are constantly looking at news outlets, media, social media, magazines, books, podcasts. We are talking to people all day long. We're listening to the radios in our cars. We are flooded with all this external noise. And we are hyper stimulated. We're drinking coffee or matchas or caffeinated beverages because we didn't get enough rest. And what happens is when your body is not regulated, it shuts down or it overreacts, in this case, with anxiety. I know personally, doing a gut cleanse and eliminating food that wasn't good for my body type, so my blood type and my genetic makeup, and not getting enough rest and not working out and not being in sunlight sent my body into a tailspin. I work for myself, so it is very easy to sit at the computer and do work all day and never go out into the sunshine, not eat proper meals, not get adequate rest, and not focus on really grounding myself and just disconnecting from the external world. But when I realized the power that treating our bodies with love, you have to treat your body with love. Everything you fuel your body with, so all the stuff that you're putting in your body is either giving you energy that you can use in a productive way, or it's actually taking that energy and storing it in a way that it is not able to process. So when you think about your anxiety, think about not only that emotion that you could be suppressing, but think about your daily habits. Are you grounded in any spiritual practices or any meditation practices or anything that just keeps you anchored and detached from the external world so you can connect to this internal world? Are you eating healthy? And this doesn't mean you need to eat healthy 7 days a week. Obviously, everything in moderation. But is the majority of your diet healthy? Is it nutrient dense? Are you getting adequate sleep? We all need proper sleep. And I need 9 hours of sleep a night to feel my absolute best, but you might need 6. We all need different amounts. It's based on your body, and you know intuitively what you feel best with. So think about your daily habits. All of these things contribute to your overall well-being and your anxiety. And when I tell you that working out, it really helps. I work out every single day, and it's not a hard workout at the gym. I'm not lifting weights. I'm not running marathons. I'm literally doing yoga every night before bed. And during the day, sometimes I do Pilates. But I am making sure that my body is in alignment and it feels good. I'm giving my body love. So instead of overstimulating yourself so that you are constantly on edge with the external noise, do a conscious detox and stimulate this internal voice, this GPS, this North Star, your soul. Feed that person. That person needs love. The next thing, which is number 4, this one is a little hard because we live in a world where everybody feels like performance equals success. And this one, step number 4, is overachieving. When you constantly feel like you have to show up, you have to perform, you have to be on all the time, you have to compete, you are literally just keeping your body in dysregulation, because we are not meant to hustle to attract abundance. We are meant to flow to attract abundance. And when your body is in full alignment, when you can actually slow down and start to raise your vibration and attract things to you, you don't have to overperform or overachieve or think that you have to do all the things. I know for myself, I think there was a level of attaching my worth to my accomplishments because from a very young age, I learned that I needed to perform to be seen, or at least that's what I planted in my mind. It wasn't true, but it was a belief that I subconsciously stored. And so my whole life, I thought that if I wasn't showing up and doing the work, I was never going to succeed, because in order for me to be successful, I had to be doing more. That was the only way I was going to get out of survival mode. And that was false evidence appearing real. It was a limiting belief that I suppressed and I pushed down and I stored. And unknowingly, I made decisions in my life throughout my entire life based on that one belief that has been stored so deeply inside of me. And it was fake. It was false evidence appearing real. So, whatever that looks like for you, there is a reason why you feel like you have to overperform, why you have to outperform maybe a colleague or somebody in your circle of friends, why you feel like you have to show up and always be on, why you feel like you have to do more. But in order to relieve yourself of anxiety, the goal is to actually do less. It's to get in alignment with yourself, to listen to your body, to hear what your body is saying to you. Our bodies are speaking to us all the time, and we have to connect to that voice and make decisions based on that voice. So, if your body sends you some kind of signal, whether it's tension, dysregulation, anxiousness, just uncomfortable energy, something feels off, that is your body communicating to you that that is not in alignment with you. So you have to take a step back. And the more times you listen to that, the less anxiety you're going to experience because you're going to start living in harmony with yourself. And the last tip or the last step is step number 5, and that is making your body feel safe. In step number 1, I talked about how if your nervous system is dysregulated, you are either in some kind of a chronic stress response, which is fight, flight, or freeze. But in step number 5, in order to get to step number 1 and regulate that, you have to feel safe internally. You have to understand what safety looks like for you. Does safety look like having a specific amount of money in your bank account? Does safety look like being surrounded by people who love you? Does safety look like being out in nature, getting close to the earth once a week, twice a week? Does safety look like making sure that you live in a neighborhood that feels safe and secure to you? Does it feel like your comfort zone, whatever that is, that sacred space? Whatever safety looks like for you, you have to get clear about that. And you have to train your body to feel that safety, that emotion, the way you feel when you're safe. You have to train your body to feel that way. Affirmations are a really beautiful way to train your body to feel safe because you can listen to affirmations either for anxiety or safety or whatever it is, the emotion that you are feeling that makes you feel like you're unsafe. You can listen to these things and it will create new neural pathways in your brain that retrain these negative thought loops to believe that you are safe, to believe that everything is working out for you, that everything flows to you effortlessly. So when you listen to these affirmations for 21 days, you start to create habits. You, without even realizing it, start speaking this safety into existence while you're walking down the street. Your subconscious is always speaking. It's having its own internal dialogue. And one day you'll just realize it's saying, I love the way I look today. I feel safe today. My body feels safe. I'm healthy. Instead of thinking the worst case scenarios and this negative thought loop, you retrain those neural pathways to feel safe again. I promise you, safety is your birthright. Feeling comfortable in your body is your birthright. Abundance is your birthright. Anything you can possibly dream of is your birthright. But in order to get that thing to you, you have to do the work. And a lot of people want a quick fix. They want the lamp that's going to heal them. They want the pill that's going to heal them. They want the book that's going to heal them. And while, yes, whatever works for you, 1000% you should do. But if you want to heal for good, if you genuinely want to release this from your body, and you never want to feel this like really bad, dysregulated, anxious state, then you have to get to the core wound of what's happening internally. You have to understand the limiting belief the emotion, the feeling, the chakra. Where is it in your body that you are holding on to, that you have blocked, that you have suppressed, so you can release it? And I work with clients every single day on their own life design, so their life's purpose. And a lot of my clients, when we're going through the hierarchy of the different areas of their life that they want to fix in order to build a life of safety, freedom, and wealth, they want to heal internally. They have a lot of other things working for them, but they are self-sabotaging some of the things in their life because they cannot regulate. They can't get their nervous system in alignment with what they want internally and externally. There is a disassociation. So that's what I'm asking you to heal today, is to come together with yourself, ground yourself in this present energy. Know that you are safe. Allow your body to take these breaths, count them, listen to an affirmation if you have to, that allows you to feel safe, that builds safety in your body, and find the core wound that created this dysregulation and heal that wound. It is easy when you do the work, but it is challenging because it takes time. And a really good place to start is, like I said, my program, You Will Reset. It is going to change your life. You can also buy books on cognitive behavioral therapy. In fact, I will plug one down below for you to check out. Any of these are going to help you. I find that the more cognitive behavioral therapy you do, the more somatic practices you do, and the more you regulate that nervous system, the less and less you feel anxious. And one day you wake up and you don't even remember ever having anxiety. And life gets to be so, so good. I'll leave you with this. For about 10 years of my life, I was rushed to the emergency room every single year. You do the blood work, stay overnight, do all the things, EKG, and nothing was wrong with me. But my body internally was telling me otherwise. It was telling me, you're going to die, you're going to have a heart attack, like this is the last minute, this is the end. And that loop for years after I'd leave the emergency room, I would think all day, every day, these negative thought patterns. When's the anxiety coming? When's the anxiety coming? When I tell you that this is no way to live, it took away so much life from me. There was a point in time I even thought, is it better if I just die? Because this feeling was so scary. I feel like I'm going to cry telling you guys this. Sorry. It was really emotional for me. And the reason why I'm sharing that is because if there's one person listening to this video today who I can help, I want to be your support. I want to hold your hand through this. And I want to let you know that you are going to be okay. That you have the control over your thoughts. You can heal your nervous system. I did it. I'm living proof. I have the best life. And I'm emotional right now because I know how good it gets to be. And sorry, I don't want to cry. But I do want you to know that you're not alone. And that there is help. And again, if you need to be medicated in order to do this work, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And if you need to sit in the sun all day long, no, I'm kidding. I used to sit outside in the baking sun for 45 minutes to just heal, to feel the energy of the sun, to get that serotonin. If you need to take vitamin D every day, if you need a sad lamp in your house, if you need any of these things, that's fine. That is totally fine. Don't judge yourself. You are so loved and you are worth the best life ever. And I want you to know that you will get through this anxiety. And you can email me. My email is down below. You can DM me. My social media is down below. You can also take my program, You Will Reset. You get direct access to me in this program. It's going to help you heal. And I hold so much space for you and love for you and compassion because I know I know what anxiety feels like, and I honestly feel like it's such a buzzword, like anxiety, but if you've had debilitating anxiety that feels like you're going to die, uh, trust me, I've been you, and it gets easier, and you can get out of it. It will change your life, and you will see life through a whole different lens, rose-colored glasses. So I don't wanna keep going on and on, I'll get really emotional, but I love you, I'm here for you. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. I'd love to support you any way that I can. And just know, the more you work on these 5 steps, the easier it gets, and one day you wake up feeling your absolute best. So, I'm wishing you nothing but internal peace today, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you'd like more information, you can follow along on Instagram at Create the Flow Podcast or find me personally at Monica Freeman. And if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a review and share it with a friend.